Welcome to the next episode of Ragas.co.za. We're looking at the under-20 Jnr Springboks. Great performance on Saturday.
Yes, I think the best game of the tournament in the final. Marked improvement by some of the players that did struggle. We actually dominated the scrums, eventually, apart from the first scrum.
20 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, but after that it was just Springbok scrums where that was the consistent weak point throughout, for the Springboks throughout the tournament, until then, if I remember correctly. Yes. Yeah. So all credit again to the boys there. And everybody just played well.
No, they had a good, I think the biggest eye-opener was Jacques Goosen at number 6 flank. I feel sorry for Mouton, because I think Mouton also deserved an opinion to play with a pack of forwards that's going forward and dominate, because I rate Mouton also as a number 6. But Jacques, excellent at number 6. He did everything right. He was guilty 3 or 4 times for trying to pinch the ball, which he's supposed to do. Any number 6 that doesn't concede a penalty or 2 doesn't try to do his job. But yeah, Jacques Goosen, eye-opener of the game.
Definitely. So, yes, I mean, the lock combination was a good one. Ludwig and
yeah, their line-out work was brilliant.
Faultless. The driving balls were good. Very nice to see that they actually played at Newlands, in the sense that it was the better field conditions. It was a dry game up until
the last 20 minutes.
The heavens opened up in the last 20 minutes. But yes, definitely it is. The Pumitas applied the pressure in the beginning. I think up until 18 minutes before we actually got into their quarter, and then 25 minutes before we got our first try. So it wasn't just a walkover by any means.
No, definitely.
And it was a tight fight or battle right up to the end.
But what was strange that Argentina started to spread the ball. Normally they kept it close, and suddenly maybe they felt that the Newlands was much better suited to running rugby. It was strange to see them spreading the ball wide. And yeah, it didn't work out for them. But the question that's asked now is, it was good, a lot better than previous years for the under-20s. The improvement from the first game to the last game, completely different side. But the question now is being asked, or the suggestions is being made, it's not against top quality opponents.
And now my question is going to be, why not?
Well, obviously with COVID, I think it's a brilliant job by Saru and Yusuf and those guys for organising the tournament, finding 3 countries that's willing to come to South Africa and play. So that's all is brilliant, but we must be honest with ourselves. It's not a British side, England side, it's not the French side. Yeah, New Zealand, we only met at the World Championship, under-20 World Championships, but we normally have France and England also involved in this.
In the invitational.
In this, this tournament was normally the tournament just before the World Cup.
Okay. Are we going to see another World Cup?
I don't know. I spoke to a few people, and the opinion is split. The more official opinion is yes, definitely, but the guys that's doing the work in the dark alleys and that reckon maybe not. After COVID, maybe that's a tournament that's going to fall away because of the bigger effort to concentrate on women's rugby. So we might not see another under-20 World Cup soon.
In that specific age group, or?
In that specific age group. I don't think they'll move it because it was under 20, now it's under 20. Was under 21, now it's under 20. So, yeah, unfortunately,
yeah. It's always because, I mean, the average rugby supporter, like myself, will look at that and try and look at future prospects in terms of, players going forward. Although most of them are playing in unions anyway, but still, it's nice to see a younger national team.
And the unfortunate part of this is it's now June, almost, no, it's
July, started to be in July.
July, so somewhere in August, apparently there's going to be an under-20 Currie Cup. So all the guys are going back. Again, it could again be in a bubble like we had
most likely
last year at Ellis Park. Hopefully it's at Ellis Park again. So yeah, and unfortunately that's the amount of rugby we're going to see, another 4 or 5 matches for the under-20 boys.
Yes, yes. Well, I sincerely hope that Currie Cup sees the day of light, because I'm always believe in giving the youngsters.
No, obviously they must get chances. Another question, who of these guys do you see as a future Springbok?
Oh, there's a few. Just off the top of my head, I mean, Muller, Ludwig, the front row that played, which in that combination was actually worked the best of all the tournaments together. We had Waalbach, we had Wessels
and Venter.
Yeah.
You think they'll make it as Springboks?
Venter, most likely. Wessels already contracted as a senior player at the Bulls. Maybe that's the thinking there as well. Scrum halves, Bobby had a great game.
Nico had a better game when he came on.
Yes.
Listen, George Clooney is my first pick as a Springbok captain.
Yes.
I mean, his captaincy was brilliant on Saturday. The way he controlled the guys, the way he controlled the game also on the field was brilliant.
Henko van Wyk?
Henko is a brilliant player, but I think he's a bit small. At under 20 level, he still gets away with it, but I don't think if he goes he was an above average player at Varsity Cup. Here he was a brilliant player. So we'll see how Henko's developing over the next few years. Quinn, brilliant. Firstly, he could become. Not likely, but nothing. I mean, all of these boys are special players. There's no doubt about it.
Dalvin Blood,
I would rather go with Moody, no?
Moody.
Yeah, Kane Moody. If I have to pick somebody on the outside, I would, him.
Yeah.
And still, Sasha's got a lot of work. He's got a lot of work still to do on his kicking. His goal kicking
wasn't that sharp.
Was not sharp at all.
We know it can be better.
Yeah, so it all depends where South African rugby is going. Are we going to keep on with the silliness of insisting that our props and those guys must be wings also and do the work of everybody?
Mobile props.
If we go ahead with that, I think we're going to be taught quite a big lesson also by the British and Irish Lions. And Benetton did it already. If you don't have proper scrumming front rows, you're going to struggle.
But other than that, still lots of talent.
It's brilliant.
Not just in the starting 15. I mean, the whole group. I actually enjoyed watching the young men play. And yes, I can just wish them all the best going forward.
Yeah, and a big thank you to Saru for organising this. It was absolutely brilliant to see our kids playing. One or two gripes and everything, and it's good for Bafana because he shows he's a good he's a good coach. Because taking it from the first match to the last match, I mean, there's 20 points difference. That they how much did they 4 or 5 points against Argentina? Yeah. Now it was a lot more.
Yeah.
So the growth of Bafana is also important for South African rugby, and that he gets an opportunity to show his capabilities.
Definitely. And again, lots of hard work going in behind the scenes within these difficult playing conditions with COVID regulations, etc. So also from, well done to the people behind the scenes that makes it all happen.
Yeah, and I think a few of these guys in the next 3 or 4 years will make their breakthrough to the top sides.
Definitely.
Let's have a look. Great stuff. Thank you, Saru. Thank you, Bafana, and to all the boys. Baie dankie.
Springboks.